Hi friends, I was invited by Holly from Frugal Mom Holly to be part of a collab with myself, Holly, and two other ladies, and it's about 5 frugal things that we do around our home. So I'm going to be showing you just 5 of the few frugal things that I do around my home. Some of them are probably pretty obvious, and some of them you may not have heard of before. The other two ladies that were invited to be part of this collab was Michelle from Mish and Nate, and let me check here, Anne Marie from Just My Life CA. I will have Holly, Michelle, and Anne Marie's channel linked in the description box below, and I would highly recommend that you go over to their channels and check out their 5 frugal things. So if you listen to all 4 of our videos, you will probably get 20 different frugal ways that you can help save money in your home. Some of them might be the same. I'm not really sure. I haven't seen their videos. So anyway, without further ado, these are my 5 frugal things. Frugal thing I do in my home is I wash and reuse my Ziploc bags. Now this is something that my mother did when I was a kid, and when I first got out on my own I did not do it because I remember having to wash the bags and it was a pain and I just didn't feel like doing it. But now that I have children and I'm trying to save money, it really does help if you wash your Ziploc bags. Now, I learned this trick of getting one of these clip things from Michelle from Mission Nate. And this really does help a lot because it gives a place to put the bags for them to dry. So you just wash them and rinse them and you hang them on these clips and they dry beautifully and they're always there available to use. Now the only bags that I do not wash and reuse are ones that have had raw meat in them. I know you can wash them and disinfect them and they'll be fine, but I just have a mental block against it, and so if it's a bag that has had raw meat in it, I throw it away. But any other Ziploc bag I reuse, and I just keep reusing them until the little zipper things won't zip anymore or until it gets a hole in it, and then I throw it away. So that's my first frugal tip. The second frugal thing we do is that we very rarely waste any food. If we have any leftovers, such as this stuff here that's been in the refrigerator just too long, either because it wasn't a great hit with the family or I tend to make too much sometimes and we'll eat it for several days and then we'll just kind of get tired of it. As long as it's not moldy or rotten, we will take it outside and give it to the barn cats. Or we have my dad, who lives right next door, has a dog that's an outside dog, or we'll give it to him, or the both. We'll just put it in a pan outside and the outside animals eat it. Now we are hoping, unless something happens, barring any misfortune, to have a couple of pigs next year to raise for food for the freezer. And if we get pigs, then all of this food that we can't eat or don't want to finish will get fed to the pig. Now, any produce like this celery, which I feel really bad, it kind of got brown and icky. This was nice celery and I just forgot about it in the refrigerator. I put it down in the veggie bin and completely forgot about it, and it got brown, but it's not moldy. Any produce like this, produce scraps, bread that gets stale, anything that is not moldy, then I feed it to my ducks and my chickens as a treat. Anything like banana peels and onion skins and things like that that I don't feed to my ducks and chickens get put in here. This needs to go out. We put it under the sink in this bucket, and when it gets full, usually about half this full, Travis takes it out and throws it in the compost barrel outside. So we do not waste food. It either gets eaten by us, eaten by the outside animals, eaten by my chickens and ducks, or composted. So that's our second frugal thing. My third frugal thing that I do in my home is we use cloth napkins. Now, I got this idea, well, actually, there's a lot of frugal YouTubers that use cloth napkins, but the person who finally convinced me to give it a try is Michelle from Mission Nate, who also convinced me to wash my Ziploc bags. She bought these, I think they're the exact same ones, from her dollar store, Dollar Tree. They came, I think, if I remember right, there were 4 in a package for $1. And they're actually washcloths to like wash your dishes with, but they work out really, really nice for cloth napkins. I bought several of them because there's 4 of us, and I just fold them and keep them in this basket, and we use them with our meals. Now, I really had to convince my husband that this was something we should do, because he's like, oh, paper napkins aren't that expensive. But you know what? Every little penny helps. And the family has grown accustomed to using these, and I really do think that it has helped save us a few pennies on paper napkins. Now, I still do use paper towels for cleaning up messes and nasty things that, you know, I just don't want to use a washable cloth for. But I have switched us to cloth napkins. The fourth frugal thing that we do in our home is that we raise our own chickens for meat and for eggs. We raised 52 meat chickens this year to put in our freezer. We did not keep all of them. We gave some away for as thank you gifts to people that helped us in the butchering process, and we also sold 3 chickens to a friend, and we only ended up butchering 51 chickens. So we had 51 chickens that we butchered. And this freezer is completely full, and a couple of my other freezers are pretty full as well. Now, the stats on this, I will tell you, I have my planner here. I kept track of every penny I spent on these birds, including the initial cost of the chicks, all of the feed, all of the bedding that we used, every single thing that we purchased for these chickens, I wrote down. For these 51 chickens, we spent $374.76. That was for everything: chicks, feed, and bedding. When at butchering time, I weighed every chicken after they had been killed, plucked, and gutted, so that we would have just meat weight, and we got a total of 310.6 pounds of chicken. If you do the math, it turns out that we paid $1.21 per pound for our chicken. That is cheaper than any chicken you can buy in the store. This is not officially organic chicken. I could not sell it as organic chicken because we did not use organic feed, but they were free range, and they were no antibiotics, no growth hormones, non-GMO. For a chicken that you buy that out of the store, I think you would pay at least twice that per pound, if not more. So this has saved us an immense amount of money raising our own chickens. As for the eggs, just recently I had to buy my first eggs that I've had to buy in 10 years at least, probably, simply because we tried a different breed of chicken for laying this time, and they haven't been as, what's the word? They haven't been as good. They haven't been as faithful in laying as the breed we used to have. So once these chickens that we currently have get too old to lay anymore, stop laying, we will refresh our flock with the old brand, which is the Silver Lace Wyandottes, which is what we had before. When we had those chickens, we had eggs all year round. Now, of course, the production does go down in the winter months, but we had enough eggs all year round that I did not have to buy eggs until this year. And because of the holiday baking and cooking that I did buy 2 dozen eggs at the store. But now egg production has slowly started to come back up again, so that might be the only eggs I have to buy in the store. So raising chickens for meat and eggs is very beneficial. It saves you a lot of money, and you get a better product, and they're really fun. They're really fun animals to work with. I really, really enjoy it a lot. It's a very great stress reliever, and I can't say enough about how much fun it is to raise poultry. So that is my 4th frugal tip. The 5th frugal thing that we do may seem pretty simple, but we don't use paper coffee filters in our coffee maker. We have one of these reusable ones. This came with this small coffee pot. This is actually my coffee pot, and my husband has a bigger one. But this is just reusable, and what we do is we have a compost bucket under the sink, and we empty it in the compost bucket. You just dump it out in there, and then rinse it in the water. Make sure it's nice and clean. And you put it back in the coffee pot, and it's ready for more coffee grounds. So I hope you enjoyed learning my 5 frugal tips that I use in my home, and I hope you do go and check out Holly's channel and Michelle's channel and Anne Marie's channel. And like I said, I will link their I'll put a link to their channels in the description box below. I want to thank Holly for thinking of me and including me in this collab, and thanks a lot for watching, friends, and we will talk to you later. Bye!